There were 4, 5 people, now there are 3.
Yeah.
And tomorrow there will be 2.
No. You want me to grab
Out of which Jagdish has no choice. He has to come. So where did we finish yesterday? Okay. We are on day number 4. 3, 2, 3. Okay. So we have Yavat Pavano Never Sati Dehe Tavat Prichati Kushalam Gehe Gatavati Vayu Deha Paye Bharya Vibhyati Tasmin Kaye. It says Yavat. This is Yavat Tavat, right?
That is what?
Yavat. So long, Yavat Pavano Never Sati Dehi. So long there is breath in the body going up and down. Tavat Prichati Kushalam Gehe. As long, so long there is breath in the body, that long the people will ask, hey, how are you? Gatavati Vayu Deha Paye Bharya Vibhyati Tasmin Kaye. When life is gone, then even the wife is afraid of the corpse. As long as life breath is in the body, family members inquire kindly after his welfare. But when the life departs from the body and the body decays, even his wife is afraid of that corpse. Adi Shankaracharya is blunt. He doesn't beat around the bush. Truth is bitter and he says it like it is. Many people get disturbed by reading Bhajagovindam. Many things that we dearly hold on to. Adi Shankaracharya removes the carpet down from below, just yanking out whatever we are holding on to for years. He is not afraid to give us bitter medicine and give us painful injections so that we can change our tactics. That is, as I mentioned before, and I will repeat, Moha Mudgara has 2 meanings. One is to change our lifestyle, as a blacksmith takes the iron and it doesn't bend, heats it, and then after that when it's red, he beats it, he's hammering, and then he can change it to any. Similarly, we have to be beaten. Not by Shankaracharya, but the life will give us. Thappad milegi, laat lagegi. Then the other thing, our body is tied to objects of the world, so like that. Glue. I don't know, they have glue for the paper, they have glue for the concrete, they have glue for the metal also. Do they have glue?
Yeah.
You can hardly separate. So our body and mind is glued towards wealth, towards our family. All these, and one by one. So we have to really use hammer and chisel to separate this body. So that is a delusion. This is a delusion related to our own physical body. We all love our body infinitely. Our whole life is dedicated to the well-being of our body. Education is directed toward earning wealth for feeding the body, clothing, treating, decorating, exercising, yoga, going to the doctor and hospitals. That is our routine. I'm going through the routine, same routine now. Shankaracharya warns, body does not have any intrinsic worth of its own. It doesn't have any worth. There is some other principle behind the body which is keeping the body alive. As long as that principle keeps life ticking, the body is sacred and beautiful and worth millions. But the moment that extraneous factor, that supporting principle is gone, which is Sukshma Sharira, the same so-called sacred body becomes unsacred. It becomes a corpse, a dead body, a shauchim. Therefore they say, go, take a bath. They then do not call the body by name. There's I'll give you an example. Supposing somebody's name is Ashok. Let's say somebody's name is Ashok. He's rich and famous. Everybody, hey Ashok, how are you? Come. Ashok, 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 the children away. But the day he dies, take that away from this house. You cannot say take that thing away from to the funeral home. Even by the plane, even you have to transport the body, they don't take it by a regular plane, they take it by the cargo. Is that strange? We are passengers. First class, second class, third class, business class. But now, after the life is gone, we become a cargo. Similarly, when you got a famous guy, oh, he's very nice, he's a famous musician. My father trained under him, and he comes to the house, we respect him, And then we tell people, listen, he's coming, you want to host him? Oh yeah, we love him, every time I want to host him. And he comes from India, they give a function. And then he dies. And I tell the same guy, hey, you want to keep the body overnight till we can? Don't bring the body to my house. It is not worth anything. We decorate the body from toes to toes, from top of the head to the toes, hair, earlobes. You watch people going through eyebrows, eyelashes, facial, skin, lips. This part of the body is 9% of the surface. If you take the whole body as 100%, I don't know how much is this, 3 inches? 3 inches by what?
Maybe,
6 inches?
Maybe 6 inches by 9 inches.
Oh boy, you're big. 6 inches this?
Maybe.
4 inches by here. So then,
Right.
estate, real estate, is the most expensive real estate. Because billions and billions of dollars are spent. Hair treatment, eyebrows, eyelashes, earlobes, facials. And then this is just a normal. And then people go for plastic surgery. That costs $1,000. And then to even, the good old days we had one type of a soap, a bar of soap. Now they have liquid soaps. So I went to somebody's house and they 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 bottles of liquid soap. So I didn't know because I didn't wear glasses in the shower and I couldn't read the fine print. And I said, my God, that was a nice one, smells like chandan. He said, we don't have that chandan liquid soap. Oh, that was only for the hair, you use the wrong one. Shampoo, मैं क्या पता? And then I watch it and I check everybody. The ladies in the hospital, the nurses, they have to get their toenails done. So, he said, you get your done? Oh yeah, get it done. Let me see. So she took the shoes off. They have to, you can, 3 weeks. So who's going to see your toes when you're working here? He said, no, but when we go out, then we have to have different shoes. Okay? So all these for the body, plastic surgeries, health clubs, yoga, dietary departments. Therefore, Shankaracharya said, don't overestimate your body. That is a delusion. That doesn't mean you should reject your body and neglect. No. Your body, you should take care of it. Always. Use the body in such a way, before dies, I have attained what I have wanted to attain. What were goals were. What are the goals for this body, mind and intellect? You have to decide. Not just eat, drink and be happy. Not exactly happy. Eat, drink and have pleasures. So if you have a goal, and did you complete your goals? The body is a temporary container to do our sadhana. It's a container. Kitchen mein jaye to you can see containers. It's a container to do our sadhana. It's like another example I give. It's like a tenement or a flat. It's like a flat, and you stay in that flat for 50, 60, 70 years, whatever, on a lease, and then you vacate. But during that time, Shankaracharya says, drink the Atma Ananda Rasam, suck the wisdom and knowledge, and convert this body into a disposable teacup. You drink the tea, throw it away. Similarly, this body, you're going to throw it up, but get as much out of this body as you can by going through the spiritual paths. Now, in this country and even in India now, we advertise our body. Open the TV, and I mentioned yesterday, every product that you advertise is associated, they put a body, either of a woman or a man. That they'll go, oh, for dieting, you should this one, and then the lady studying, I was 180 pounds, now I am 150 pounds. Or some man with a muscle showing by exercising. So that's what we do, we advertise it. We don't want to show the bad aspects of life to the children. We don't want to see the bad aspects. In this country, when a person, say 60 plus, 70, gets sick and has to go to the hospital, they try not to take the children there to see their face. And when the person dies in the hospital, he doesn't come home. He's sent straight from there to the funeral home. So that people do not see that. Now in India, I don't know how it is these days, when, say, my aunt was old and sick, they brought her home. And children were running, going around, hey, grandma, you want water? I'll give you water. You want this one? You want lassi? I'll give you lassi. So they watched her slowly going down and down. So they were in contact with a body that was deteriorating day by day. I think that is a good education for the children and even for the adults to see not the front aspect of the body, but to see the later stage of the body. To me, I like it because that is going to be my fate. Also, I better get used to it. India now, what they do, previously somebody died, the family member put them on a stretcher and took them on the shoulders. Now I understand Bombay is so busy, they don't do that. They call the ambulance. Ambulance takes it to the Shmashangar, and that also electric type of a thing, right? They don't put the log of wood and all that. Quickly dispose it. So, a good experience for us would be to visit the nursing homes. And you see that some are in wheelchair, and some are immobile, they'll be sitting like that. And some have lost their memory, it's a good service. So exposing children and get acquainted with the latter part of the life. So we will go to the next one. Let's see, where are we here?
7.
Arthamanartha bhavaya nityam nasti tata sukhalesha satyam putradapi dhana bhaja bhiti sarvatraisha vihita viti. So you want to repeat? Arthamanartham bhavaya nityam Arthamanartham bhavaya nityam nasti tata sukhalesha satyam Nasti tata sukhalesha satyam putradapi dhanabhajam bhiti putradapi dhanabhajam bhiti sarvatraisha vitariti sarvatraisha vitariti. Therefore, Bhajagovindam, Bhajagovindam, Govindam, Bhajagovindam. Prapti sanniti te kale dahinaya shate yukti karane. So you're saying although wealth is needed for normal health, obsession with wealth is responsible for bringing grief in different forms. There is no happiness in the pursuit of wealth. The wealthy fear even their own children. This now has become common. So first we don't have wealth, and we are crying, and then we watch our neighbors, and then we get consultants how to make the wealth. Then we work hard, then we take a second job to accumulate wealth, and then we have wealth, then we have to put it in invest it. Then we put it in the market crashes. So that's not the way to do it. Put it in real estate. So I got a house in Florida or a cottage up north, and then after all these years, when you grow old and frail, now you're worried what's going to happen to all the accumulated wealth and real estate. Then you begin to fear your even old children. So one of the biggest delusions is money is the biggest cause of happiness. We discussed that before and discarded in the very first one, which is number 1 shloka is Mudajahi Dhanagama Trishna Kurusat Buddhi Manasi Vitrishna Yalabase Nij Karmopatam Vidam Tena Vinodjaya Chittam. So we discussed that before. Give up this intense trishna, desire, chasing after money and accumulating. Whatever you can get by honest means, utilize it, be happy. Yallabase nijo karmopada, honest. Vittam tena, vittam is wealth. Utilize that for your money shanti. You got too many irons in the fire, then you worry, oh, my real estate is going down, market shares are going down, no peace for you. So that is the first, this is again saying, we described it and discarded it in Muda Jahihi Dana Kamat Trishna. And the logic used before, and I repeated so that at least we can drill in this point. You should remember what was the equation I gave you? Anvaya Vyatirekha. That means there is no connection between money and happiness. So if money is there, you are happy. So check all the people around, check in politics, check Hollywood. All people with money are happy. No. And number two, if there is no money, you are unhappy. So go look into your friends in Bombay, here, poor people, are they happy or they miserable? They are happy. They're probably more happy than you and I. So Adi Shankaracharya goes further and he says not only money is not the cause of happiness, but it can be cause for grief. Sometimes. Money can often become a source of unhappiness, distress and pain. So then in one of the books I read that there was a man who worked hard, worked, and then he accumulated some money, put it in the bank, and he had a house, and he provided his children and wife, provided his children education. They grew up and they had their own life. Now, so far things are okay. Now he's coming to the age 60, 70, then the man is not worried. His children, what is going to happen to dad? You know, he's getting feeble. Have you written any? So behind the person, there's a talk going on about his will. And it comes to him, and pretty soon, there is a discussion between the two sons and a daughter. The one says, you know, I have been taking care of my mother for all this life, therefore I am entitled to more share. The other says, no, because we are two brothers, equal share. And then the daughter says, what about me? You counted me out or what? They said, no, in Hinduism, they say daughter has no share, what she's married. They said, no. And this went on and on and on. And the final phase of the man was not exactly happy. He said, I'm going to ashram. And it so happened that while they were worried and fighting through legal channels, he quietly had transferred all the money to the ashram. So not only the fights, but there are even murders. I think I mentioned one episode of murder, right? In the name of money. So what is the connection between money and sukham?